studio, we've been creating camera stabilizers and gimbals for the past 14 years. Back in 2010, Kuba started HDR Studio as a company doing aerial videos and photography shots. And back then, he couldn't find any decent camera stabilizers on the market. So he built his first gimbal. And
True.
that's how it started. It was so good that people were interested in these gimbals. And we were back in 2024 doing Cyclo One and many, many other camera stabilizers as well. This translates into over 1,000 camera stabilizers and heads created over these past 14 years. And this means we have users in 65 countries or so. Am I right, Kuba?
Yes, like probably even more than that, and probably more gimbals in more countries. But that's roughly what are the numbers.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And here I would like to introduce Kuba Jakubczyk, our CEO and designer of Cyclo One. I'm very happy to have him here. And at the end of this webinar, he'll be happy to answer all your technical questions together with Adam.
Exactly.
And our special guest here today is Adam Mendry, known to all of you, I think,
Ta-da!
fans. Yeah, we are very happy to have you here, Adam. Well, Adam has been with us from the very beginning of Cyclo One journey, and thanks to his insights, thanks to his practical knowledge of Steadicam, and hours and hours and hours of testing, Cyclo One makes such an amazing tool. Thank you, Adam, for being with us.
Thank you for building Cyclo.
Well, but Adam is a great Steadicam operator with over 14 years of Steadicam practice. He's the member of Association of Camera Operators in the UK, and he has over 1,500 hours of practice with Cyclo One. So I'm very, very excited to have Adam here with us because I know he's the right person to talk about practical perspective on Cyclo One. Adam does both feature and commercial sets, and one of the special projects he did include home, Schweppes, and pubs. Adam, so now it's over to you. Enough of my
Uh-oh.
talking. So maybe for a warm up to start this discussion, tell us a bit about one of your recent projects that you did with Cyclo One. I will play the video in the meantime.
Oh, you will play the video with the project, right? That we.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. No,
So
but first of all, I would just like to say sorry for last week that we have to postpone the webinar and everything, but it was just terrible. Like 1 hour before the webinar, I had a very serious case with my son and I had to go to hospital. So I'm very sorry for that you guys had to change your plans, and I'm happy that everyone's here tonight. Today, not tonight, but today. On Saturday. Oh!
okay,
Thanks, Adam.
yeah, that's live,
Wow.
but we are happy to have you here today. Great. Okay, so maybe I will start with playing the video and you will have a chance to comment meantime, okay?
Okay, this is Nivea commercial that I shot last August with a French director and French DOP, and it was just amazing that they were just playing music and we could, put some lava lens and just get to the faces, to the skin, just, soar above the body of those models, because every single take here was shot with Cyclo. And in this particular situation, they were standing on this rotating machine, and I could just put the Cyclo on the dolly to use the hard mount, so I could reach the bodies without pushing the actors. And we done there everything that was possible with Cyclo, I think, from fast rolls to slow rolls to looking up, looking downs. It was sitting on dolly, it was sitting on crane. It was like a full festival of Cyclo for 2 days. I was just like, whenever they say what shots they want, they were just like, okay, no problem, let's go, let's do it. Like with everything from lavas to
Okay, and when it comes to the camera package, did you use the same camera package all the time, or did you have to switch lenses? How was
in
it
this particular commercial or
in
in
this
this
one?
commercial. Yeah, it was like mostly we're using spherical lenses, but for those super close-up shots of the skin, it was like a prop lens that we were going through the actresses' faces. So it was just like soaring forward. Those are the long lens like. So
Yeah.
we used here a lava lens for that. So basically just few changes.
Okay, okay. And how about switching between applications? So switching from Steadicam into other rigs, because you've mentioned Dolly. How long did it take for you to switch?
Minutes. It was just it was sitting on Steadicam, and the moment the DOP was saying, okay, let's move to the next shot on crane or on a dolly, it's just you just take off the head and just stick it on the on the tripod head, because you just only needed the hot swap, the cat griller or universal mounting plate from
Mm-hmm,
cushion beds. So just taking off the head on the stand, and since Cyclo is 12 volts,
mm-hmm.
I just have a small cable for detapped battery, and grips are happy, DPs are happy, everybody's happy. That's just like let's it's never been
Yeah.
so easy before too, because usually there were always problems with powering the machine. Like it was easy to mount it, like to hot swap it between tripods and cranes, but the power was usually an issue because of the rig batteries and 24 volts. But since it's now only 12 and it has a very low power peak,
Mm-hmm.
it's just grip's favorite thing now, because they know that they don't need to rope any brick batteries, that they can just use a small V-Lock battery. And since this commercial, actually, I start making some cooperation with the grip department,
Mm-hmm.
that whenever they have a 180 rig, they just call for Cyclo because of the stabilization of the levels, and also of the weight for the entire machine, because the lighter it is,
Mm-hmm.
the more possibilities they have. So
Yeah.
again, I'm happy, they're happy, everybody's happy. So
It's after all, it's about making the project work for
yeah,
everyone.
yeah, and in this commercial also, like the it started that we were just making push-ins, push-outs, small Dutch. And I've seen the director, Artur Valverde. I really and I like your vibe on set, because he started playing music like techno music, and I was still doing this, and I'm looking at Artur. I'm like, oh wow, this he knows it. He will like it. So I just do the cyclo.
Mhm.
I go through the
Dance.
settings to maximize it with the joystick, and then you can see those crashes like robotic cha cha cha, and all like here, yeah. And then Arthur was like, "Oh my God, what is this?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go, let's do it." So it was just like my thumb. I had to go to hospital because from doing this for 2 days, it was like ping pong. It was like amazing. So again, everybody was happy on this commercial. Was like a full cyclo festival. So yeah,
Great.
dziękuję.
Sure.
Dziękuję.
That people are still joining us. That's why I'm playing the video over and over again to give everyone a chance to see it. And also, if you have questions to this particular part, feel free to ask them on the chat. And also, if you have some, let's say, technical questions, we can leave them for the Q&A session at the end. All right, but let's be straight. The last year wasn't that easy for all members in the TV and film industry. We hear from many Steadicam operators that it's just there are fewer sets to serve, first of all, and also it's much more difficult than ever to land Steadicam job. And in order to do so, you have to stick out somehow. And now, when I look at your situation, Adam, you do many, many interesting projects. and you have just spent over 2 months in Bulgaria doing a
Yes.
feature film for Hollywood production by the legendary. Can you tell us a bit about this project, because I know you can't show anything, but maybe you can
No.
just like share some
Yeah,
interesting
I can
facts.
just share the stories exactly.
Yeah, so go on.
Oh, legendary! So it was a movie that we started last year.
Hmm.
It was in July, and DP was Magda Gurka from ASC, and director was Peter Atencio. Legendary was producing it. Also, the cast was Ryan Reynolds, Jason Momoa, Aubrey Plaza. It's gonna be amazing movie. It's like I had really a lot of fun when you see Ryan Reynolds playing a pony and stuff like that. But it's very funny. It's a comedy for adults, rated for I think 16 or 18 even. But we started this shot in July last year, and we did like maybe I don't know 5 days, and then actors went to strike. So I was also in this group of people who we show up on set and you see the production meeting. Hey guys, what's going on? It's like, hey, yeah, the actors are on strike. Oh, okay, what does it mean? Go home. Like, okay. Then suddenly you have like 2 months empty in the calendar trying to get another jobs. But after the strike was over, we managed to go back to Sofia, to Bulgaria,
Hmm.
to finish the movie, and that's where it was like those 2 months of really heavy shooting, 6 days per week with one day off on Sundays, sometimes 5 days. But most of it was that it's a how to say it, live action animation that the animals will be generated in post production and the actors are real because the main actors are animals. So we had those puppeteers running with fake heads on set, acting like a pony and bear, and actors were real. And the trick of the shot was that every take has to be done with first of all with puppeteers who
Hmm.
are positioning the animals with the props and everything, and
Yeah.
then you have to shoot it again without the animals, but you still have to make the same move, exactly the same move, like motion control. I don't know
Yeah.
how to name it. And since I got so much experience in commercials where we do it all the time, like you make the pack shots or product shots, especially here in Poland, that when Steadicam arrives on set, Steadicam does everything from action scenes to pack shot shots. So it was like, hey Adam, you have to go from left to right, but you have to keep the same shot. Like, okay, why not? Let's do it. So when
Hmm.
I done it, like the director was like, oh yeah, it's really cool. And the guys from DNEC from post production was like, oh yeah, this guy's like operates like hell. Like it's the same. It's gonna be very easy for the post production. So from very simple shots of just going from left to right, at the end of the movie, we had like a full scenes combined with difficult moves, difficult angles, and it was just fantastic. And I know I wouldn't do it in this quality, in that
Hmm.
quality, if I wouldn't have the Cyclo with me, because most
And
of
what?
the times it was wide angles. No, and when you have wide angles, open spaces, like lands, everything, it's just very crucial to have this, you know, good horizon, good control of your machine. It's like I felt so comfortable there that I was just like, like let's do this shot even harder. Like yeah, it's good, it's good. Yeah. So overall, it was fun. Yeah.
But like animals requires probably a little bit different type of shooting because they are lower than humans. So probably most of the time you needed to go like from low to high, a high to low. And am I right? Or
Yeah, and that was the first case when I got offered to this job. That was the first question. Like, hey, we're shooting, it's like humans and animals, so you have to go from low to high all the time. I'm like, okay, are you sure you can do it? I'm like, yes, I can. I have cycling, so it was super easy, to fight all the arguments about the shots, like not telling, sometimes not going deep
yeah,
into the equipment specifics, but more talking about what can I do without
yeah,
saying what I have, what I don't have. So it's like it was, making what director wants. It's already a win for the project and for your position.
Okay,
hmm
and I think this moves us to another question I have for you. So, Adam, can you share just some tips and tricks? How do you succeed in winning so many interesting projects with Cyclo One, which, as everyone knows, is a new piece of gear? How do you do it?
Well, I have a box, I have a Cyclo, and that's it. No,
Oh, come
no,
on.
no. Yes, it's here and it's already works. So no, but it's. Um, I would have to go back, I think, to the moment when I decided to go to three. I'm looking here when my camera is here. Like, oh, because of the when I was operating classic Steadicam in uh, until 2016, when I was operating classic Steadicam, it was amazing. It was the best piece of equipment. And then I went to the Steadicam 2016. I've met there Benjamin Treplin. I really say hi to you, Benjamin. He's my master mentor at the beginning of all the revolution shots done with Steadicam. And there I got to try the 360 head where you can go from low to high, and it just exploded. Like it opened the mind to like, oh my god, this classic Steadicam can just be like, wow, I can be everywhere, So, Ola, what was the question? Because I'm going far away though.
Yeah, well, everyone have probably noticed that you are on the set as always, which is very, very good in these challenging times. Well, my question is, how do you succeed in winning jobs with Cyclo One? Because as everyone knows, Cyclo One is a new piece of gear, so sometimes you have to just persuade the production, and we know that you have many projects with Cyclo, and you somehow do it.
Yes.
So it would be great if you
right now, yeah. Right now, when somebody's booking me, and they say like, "Hey, we want you." I'm just sending them a quote for equipment, for example, and they usually come back saying, "Hey, we don't need Cyclo." I'm like, "You need Cyclo," and they're like, "No, we don't. We don't have any road shots." And then usually that's the first thing, because everybody thinks like, "Oh, I don't need the 360 head because I'm not gonna spin it all the time." But this is the trap, because it's not about spinning, rolling. This is just an option. It's going back to what I just was saying about the 2016 knowing the head, that it's more about the freedom of Steadicam, that you can be everywhere from low to high, above things, looking down, looking up, being everywhere. And this is the moment when you have to pursue the production, that you don't have any rolling shots, but all of the other shots can be done on Cyclo better, faster. So it's always the key to let the producer know that you're gonna save money on the overtime of the crew, because we'll not have any with classic Steadicam can be only high or low.
Yeah.
But with Cyclo, we can be everywhere. So this gives the key, like how much time do you take to balance the Steadicam? And it's like, let's say, I don't know, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. In my case, I before I was doing it like 1-2 minutes. But then it's like you do those changes over the day, and at the end of the day, you have like a 1 hour or like 30 minutes of just changing rebalancing the gear. So you're telling the producer that he's gonna save up time, because when we build Cyclo once, it's ready. Just the lens change and just the wedge change when you change the lenses or anything. It's just like super fast. Seconds within framing up, you can rebalance it very quickly. And then, so first is that they're gonna save time. Then you have to talk to the DP, tell about all the angles you can achieve. So we are not limited with classic Steadicam. We are everywhere, so you can go around the actor's head, look in the eyes, not just be in front. And that's I think that's the clue. And then you also have the rolling, of course, for this option, but this is for client, because when they're like, you come on set and they're like, the client seems like they like the show, but they would like some spiciness there. Then just like press the button, go around. It's like, whoa, this is beautiful. so Cyclo is saving time for the production, So time equals money. So you're saving money for the producer and for the overtime on set that you're gonna achieve more. This is a addition to for the DOP, so you can show him more better angles, more beautiful angles, and it's also gives some value with all the other options, with the stability, with precision, with everything. So I stopped even saying, I'm just giving like a quote for equipment. I don't put Steadicam and Cyclo. I'm just doing Steadicam Cyclo rig. One. As a one piece.
One option, right? As
one
piece.
Option, because there is, for me, there is, I was doing one shot, I think, 3 months ago, and they said they were really hard on, we don't want Cyclo. I'm like, okay, I'll do it classic. And I'm like, God, this is so boring. I'm like standing there on set with classic static. I'm like, I just want to go above this thing. I can't stand being so limited, you know?
Yeah.
I want to see the actor's eyes when he's sitting down. I don't want to look down, but I don't want to go low mode because I have to be high over there. I'm like, oh my God, what to do? So I just called Marcin, my assistant. Okay, bring the Cyclo. He's like, hey Adam, they're not paying for it. I'm like, I want to do it for myself because I feel so limited with classic Steadicam.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And I just read an interesting question on the chat. What's the main difference in feeling compared to T2? And this is also one of the arguments you've discussed with the production about the frame you get, organic, not robotic. So can you just tell us a bit more about that, Adam?
It's about how does it, because I didn't hear the question.
The difference.
The feeling compared to other pieces of gear on the market.
To T2, actually. So again, I will repeat the question. What's the main difference in feeling compared to T2? Trinity 2.
Oh, no, where is that? What is the main difference feeling compared to T2? Adi, give the question. And I see there, cool. Yeah, Ista also there. Awesome. Well, I personally tried Trinity on Steadicam, and I was also trying the first prototype of Trinity in Munich before it was released. But I was there with Kurt Schaller testing it before I decided which way I want to go, if I want to go Trinity style or the AR style. So it was like testing both of the stuff. And what took me away from Trinity actually is that Steadicam is organic, and we as the Steadicam operators, we control it organically. It's their physics, our wrist is there, you know, you control everything with this hand. And then when somebody gave me joystick for tilt, I was lost, and I know that maybe I would need some practice to, like with everything, you need something. But suddenly, like some part of my brain was like missing because I didn't want to control the tilt with joystick. And immediately I was like, okay, this is not for me. And then I tried the AR. I was like, I control the tilt with the same wrist, classic AR. So immediately doing just classic Steadicam, switching to 360 head, I didn't need much to master it. It's like, because it was like just extension of my possibilities that I already had. Possibilities, no, my powers, my Steadicam powers, right? So, like in RPG game, I could extend my powers, not like whip them away or something, like to make it more complicated. So it was just super easy to just control the tilt and to have this roll option, to be limitless roll option, because with Cyclo, that's the most beautiful thing, that you don't have cables. Like the monitor bracket is on the it's with slip ring, so it rotates infinitely, and you have the slipping on the head. It goes infinite. So yesterday on the shoot, I decided, I don't know why I decided to go without slip ring. There was some reason for that, and it was just terrible because I almost damaged all the cables after 15 minutes on set because I forget I don't have the slip ring. So I got used to it so much that there is no cables. I can just do the spaghetti everywhere. So comparing to the T2, it's the tilt control was the most crucial for me. the way you walk with it, because you operate more like with classic Steadicam. I'll put it here. So, oh wow, it's so wide. So you don't have to put it away from you, but you still keep your body. So with Cyclo, my hands stay here, like with classic Steadicam. And from the chats I had with Lucano Junior, I respect you, guy. If you will hear it, or maybe somebody will tell you this, our, friend from that's working in China right now. He was always telling me that he has to kind of, push it away from his body, and then it was just like always awkward to work with something that you have to be somewhere there. So I like to stay compressed, that you can do with Cyclo, like steering a small wheel.
But one question which always interests me as a more engineer than operator is about the weight distribution, the weight you carry. I believe that T2, as it's higher, will always be a little bit heavier as well, because you need to add some counterweights and so on. Or I'm wrong?
For sure, it might be to my how I observe it, because again, I never get T2 to my hands. I had T1 with my hands, and
Okay, yeah.
so
sorry.
I don't kind of know, but I see those weights on the top or down, and I spoke to some operators who were using it, and they were saying, when especially those guys who were coming to visit me on set, because we had this whenever somebody was interested in Cyclo, I was inviting him on set, so he could come here to set and try it out with the real camera setup. And we had some operators who were T2 users. And the moment they put the Cyclo on, they were like, "Oh, it's lighter." I'm like, "Hey, there you go." So there might be some weight differences, but it's against, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I see another comment by Ricard, actually a question and a comment about winning jobs. So what will be the key words to sell the Cyclo to production? And then I can see Ricard's comment: saving time on set by placing the camera faster in any position. So this reminds me of one anecdote you told me, Adam, about from the set in Bulgaria and the prep day you had for getting ready. So can you tell everyone how much time you needed to get ready?
Yeah. I was so tired because I was working entire February, and I got my flight to Bulgaria. The same day I had my flight, I had my prep day. So I was like, you're the Ben Affleck gif at this time. I was like, I'm tired. So I arrived on the studio, big studios in Bulgaria. There's, those old crews, film crews. I get there, and there's this nice guy, Ivailo Jojcev, my Bulgarian angel. And he's like, "Hello, Adam, I'm your camera assistant. We'll prepare it right now." I'm like, "Fantastic, let's go." So we did I don't know. I put the boxes. I take it out. He gave me the camera. What do you need? I'm like, just give me the body and like put the whatever you want there. It's like he did the camera like in 12 minutes maybe. And I don't know. I put the camera in. It took me in total with taking out the gear from everything 35 minutes or something. I balanced it. I turned on. Everything works. Okay, we're done. And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Yeah, we're done. It's working. I'm happy. You can pack it." Like, "Why you're so quick? We have to check it." Like, "What do you want to check?" It's like, "It's a prep day." Okay, we finished our prep. And he's like, "I love you. I love this machine. What is this?" And I start telling him, because he never sees Cyclo. "This is Cyclo. That's why it's like so quick." So slide in the camera, slide out. It's like if you have all the accessories, you take the head out. That's how actually I travel with it. It's like all the cables are there, all the plates, and it's just like, again, slide in, slide out. Because the bodies, the cameras, everything is the same. So, okay, I'm working with Mini LF. I have the certain plates over there, and I know how it's gonna be. So you know everything, but even you don't have the gear. So we started doing all the preps. I say online. I just ask the camera assistant to just take a picture of your setup. He sends me a picture. I'm like, okay, take this off, take this there, and we're ready. And we arrive on set. We slide in the camera, and the guys are like, it's like we are breaking some matrix there, and maybe it's not good because we're saving some budget again for the prep days or anything, but it's just you don't need it. We go
So
on set.
Yep. Sorry for interrupting you, but all I wanted to say is that I believe that such an argument about being fast in setup, it can be an important argument to the production, because you can be faster, much faster.
Yes.
You don't need this prep day, and
Nope.
I think it can be very, very important in persuading DOPs and the whole production into this gear, and also it's much for convenient for you as an end user. So yeah, so that's my point. I'm also having a quick look at comments. Oh, and there is one more question about balancing. Ricard, let's keep this question till a later point in our discussion. Also, question from Kurush. We will get back to it later on at the end of this session. Also, Adam, do you think that the fact that you can switch between Steadicam and other rigs fast, is it an argument that you use in winning new productions?
Yes, because faster, and I mean faster, and I would also say that there's no issues with Cyclo, any issues, that nobody never works, especially after the software upgrade. That is just, nobody is waiting for anything right now. It's just, we got this few minutes in the morning prep. They give us 1 hour, but we're usually ready in 40 minutes. And then it's like whatever they want, it's delivered. Like all the different type of roles or auto moves or positions is just plug in. How you say it? Plug and play. That's the way Cyclo is. Like you turn it on and you can turn it off at the end of the day without having any issues with vibrations, wobbles, anything. It's just camera assistants love it. Love Cyclo because now because it's so, it's not that wide, so they have access to all the motors, all the accessories.
Sure.
And they are happy that it's not gonna cut off their fingers. It saved so many antennas of the ARRI Mini, I tell you. Like every day there's an antenna of the ARRI that starts going on the side, and suddenly during the take I'm like going down. It's like, where's the tail coming from? I'm like, oh my god, my Cyclo stopped. Why? Oh, antenna. Oh, you lucky antenna. Like, good you are inside Cyclo. Nothing broke you. Haha. So faster, better. It's like so relaxed, because actually even on this, that was so crazy that we were doing this legendary movie. That's when Kuba sent me the prototype for the new version of Cyclo with the lower electronics, everything. It's like, come on, you're doing a 120 million budget American movie with stars like I said those last names, and you're bringing out prototype on set. It's like I was asking myself, like, why are you doing, Adam? It's like, I want to try. It's like, stop being, like that. Like, I believe in Cyclo. So it's like, it was crazy. And I was taking a picture of it, and suddenly the director comes over to me and said, and she's like, why are you taking a picture of the equipment? I'm like, yeah, because this is it's a new prototype. And he's like, so you say we have a prototype on set? I'm like, yeah, hold on. It's not like it's bad or something. It's a new version. It's the first one. Depends. And he was like, just like checking on me later, like, do we have any problems with the prototype? Like, no, there's no problem. Exactly. So funny that it's just, you can risk it and it still doesn't fall, like other pieces of equipment start breaking, but this one didn't fail since the first prototype. There was never any crash or anything. So that was like building so much confidence that I'm actually, now I start being scared of this confidence. I'm like, maybe I'm too confident with it, putting it everywhere, throwing it like with heavy setups, doing all the crazy, washing machine shots, and
survive a nuclear blast. So yeah.
And it's not even asking to go for service or anything. It's not like my car. Like every few thousand kilometers, I need service. Cyclo's like, why? I want to shoot more. It's like, I'm so tired, Cyclo, leave me alone. No, I want to roll. It's like, so yeah, we are a slave of cycling now. No.
Steadicam jokes. I love them. All right, great. I hope this gives you, all the people, it gives you some idea of how you can talk to the production about Cyclo One and introducing new gear. Because there are certain arguments which can be, as you could hear from Adam, very appealing to DOPs and production. I hope that Adam's tips will be very, very helpful to you. And now I think it's high time for showing some practical examples of you working with Cyclo One. So right now I will show you a couple of videos showing Cyclo One in many different productions by Adam Mendry. And Adam, feel free to comment about the shots you did and challenges that you maybe had as a Steadicam operator. Let's start with the first one.
Oh, this is the 180 rig that was the discovery of the possibility, because usually when the groups were doing those rigs, the second position was always upside down, and the DOP Mikołaj Syguda and their director Tadeusz Tiva were like, we want to go around the actors. I'm like, I don't know if it's possible, but then on set we tried it. I was like, smashing it, 3, 2, 1, it's gonna, look at this, beautiful. And that's the final commercial. So that was the moment when the grips were super happy, because Cyclo without slip ring was only like 4 kilo, small battery with decap, 12 volts. And everybody was just like, after rehearsal, like, we are sorted for this super hard shot that we had the entire day of practice. We've done it with the first take. So, and again, it was like, everybody is standing there, it's like, what we're supposed to do now? Like, I don't know, we can go home, or we can, start practicing it again, but we know we have it. So
okay. So
and
now
and now grips are calling me whenever they have this shot. They're calling me to dry hire the Cyclo, because they don't want to do these kinds of shots without Cyclo anymore, because it also, when this construction is going around, it's very hard to make it stiff, because it's always flexes in some points. That sometimes the shots, well, I'll show it on you, that sometimes the shot is fine, but the moment it goes around, it's maybe not this much, but something like this. So nobody wants it to have it off level. So the moment they start putting Cyclo, it's like butter, horizon, and you can choose if you want to roll over the person, or you can choose that you can stay upside down, but still with a perfect horizon. So it's grips are writing poems about Cyclo and about this horizon and stability in this particular setup. That it's actually making not my life easier, but their life easier. So it's not only Steadicam operators, but it's also grips. Here, Cyclo One with slider. I got this job last year in December with
I'll pause here. Okay.
Oh, we have to go back, I think, to the
Yeah, sure. I will just
and again, it was a dry hire, just me and Cyclo, because there was a crush the slider push in with zoom out to make a vertigo effect, but the DOP also wanted to have a roll. So I was just there as a technician to put the roll in. It was just fun 5 days, sitting there, pick, pressing the button without carrying Steadicam. Super relaxed, super fun.
okay.
Oh, you can see the small battery that was attached there under the Cyclo.
Crane and
oh
yeah.
Yeah, if there's the joystick. So if there is the techno crane with a classic, two axis, 3 axis, I don't know how to say
3 axis, yeah.
3 axis head without roll option. It's just beautiful to put there Cyclo, and I'm just standing next to the DOP who is controlling Cyclo. The head, the grips are controlling the crane. I'm just standing there with this joystick, putting roll from left to right, go around. I'm just standing to him, and he's telling me, go left, go left, go right, go around, full roll, less roll, more roll, faster, slower. So another dry hair option for Steadicam operator when having Cyclo. Yeah, that was in
Okay.
Portugal. That was beautiful.
And now Dolly.
Dolly on the left slider. But here is also cool that you see we can attach a product to the Cyclo, and the actor takes it out from the back. He rotates it, and the Cyclo goes. We were testing here the speed because he's just faking. He's holding the product, and the shot was amazing. Like he takes the wow. It was like like that, like
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay. So as you can see, Cyclo One is a Steadicam head, but not only. It was built to switch very, very fast into other rigs. So as you can see, it's used with dolly, slider, tripod, or even inside as a rolling ring inside the head. Okay, and I can see there are some questions. There is a discussion going on the chat. Ricard,
Przytachasz tu statyw z Cyclo?
uh, can you work with a quick balanced Cyclo without spending the time for fine tuning it?
Yes, it's easier than before. It took me some time because all the AR guys are used to other option that that was not possible here because Kuba made it more rigid, and he told us that okay, there's no way we're gonna take off the belt. I was like, okay, so let's find a way. And on Steadicam, Professor Davis and Professor Martin, we were three guys spending the entire day. It was a common United Kingdom, Los Angeles, Polish podcast about how we're gonna balance it. Like we were searching for finding the best way to balance it, and it's just there. It's just you don't have to touch side to side. You keep it middle, and then you have to put the camera on a road, on a like a 15-meter road this way, and see where it goes. And you just attach the weight to make it NODO in this direction. I don't know. This is horizontal, vertical. I don't know. And when you find this, you slide in the camera, you do the static balance, and it's fantastic. And you have to just find the sweet spot for the height of the camera to have the lens inside. Sorry, but it's not necessary. You can always make it a little lower or higher, however what accessories you have. But the key to have don't move the right to left in Cyclo and to balance the camera on the road before you slide into the Cyclo is crucial. And then you just take it on and it's already done.
So you put the,
fine tuning.
So you put the camera on a single rod, and you check if it falls or left or right. Yeah.
Yes. And then I'm attaching some weights if I need, or I'm putting the motor. I always try to build it so it's kind of all the weights are the same on each side, and usually we don't put anything inside. It just stays the way it is. Maybe I put 100 grams on one side or other, something on the top to make it more nodal, but it became so easy that I'm so happy that I went out from this box of taking on the belt, shaking the camera, finding and fine tuning. That was just I think it's even simpler. So yeah.
I see.
Okay.
Ricard is asking one more question. If are you talking about side to side? What about the top and the bottom weight distribution?
Then you just put the Steadicam, the stand, the horizontal, and you tilt it up and you see how fast it's going down. So if it goes down very hard, you need to raise the weight. So you just add some weights on the top, but still having it in the center of the camera, so it doesn't affect you right to left.
Yeah.
And then if it's going, right or left, and this is my angel, Martin.
Saint Martin.
Saint Martin is my because this is also the way we work together. Is that Martin is always with me, and he prepares all the gear. So this is another thing that makes us faster and let's say I don't know. I want to say better, but faster on set. That
More
I have on
efficient.
set. I'm going to DP director, talk about the shots, while Martin is unpacking everything from the car, putting it on the stand. And then I'm just knowing what we're gonna do, grabbing my Steadicam and start delivering the shots. So yeah,
There's one
it's
more-
like here is that this is my Alexa mini build. Like I have this mid plate in between. Side to side is I never touch it. And that's it.
Mhm.
And the camera is perfect in the center. The camera is working now handheld. So that's why we don't have the camera here. So
Okay, it's great.
Okay, one more-
It's great you brought this rig. We didn't expect you will have it.
yeah, I didn't expect I will be working here today, but it's
Busy as always.
yeah.
which is like quite positive. Again, one more interesting question. Do you think it makes sense as a rental piece, or is it too specialized and important to own? I think this is a question about how complex and maybe a sophisticated Cyclo one is. Adam, what's your view?
Well, if you're not working with Steadicam, but you're having grip work, I think it's very good to have one as a grip. Because we had a lot of jobs that it was just rented to the grips to make their roll because they didn't want to use lambda. They wanted to have a control because then another key is that you can program those rolls. You can have 4 auto moves actually on 2 buttons, and whenever you turn off the Cyclo, the auto move stays there, which is I think that's the best thing. Is that it's like an autosave. I would say when you play computer game, you turn off and you always autosave it. So it autosaves all the moves that you've set it up. So it's super because you take it, turn off, you go back, it's still there. It's very easy for other people when they use it. And do you think it makes sense as a rental piece? Yes, because I think Steadicam operators wants to use it, but maybe sometimes for somebody it's hard to own it. But here I get a lot of questions from some operators if I can rent it out for them for a job or something. So I usually then send my Marcin because I don't trust nobody when they use my equipment. It's my violin. So I send Marcin with the equipment and he prepares it for somebody and he takes an eye of it. So it's in good hands or anything. But yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But again, going back to the first question about how we talk to the production, how we sell ourselves. We are, I don't know how to say, but you have to sell yourself as a company. It's like nobody's gonna, solve our problems or anything. Some of the producers, some of the DOPs, they might not know the equipment, its benefits. So we have to sell it to them. So I don't know. Wolf from the Wall Street. Wolf from the Wall Street. Yeah, you have to be like Wolf from the Wall Street, like making people thinking or that they need to have Cyclo because otherwise they can't do anything on set without you having it. So it's raining right now and I have to hide my equipment.
Oh,
Ah,
and yourself,
oh
Adam.
my God! Sorry, myself. I'm not from Sugar.
Yeah, luckily.
Good job, Adam.
You can wash it.
Okay.
You can wash it a little. Don't worry.
Kuba, I have to be honest. I never told you this, but the second prototype I tried to drown because
We
I was
saw
having
it,
rain
it came
scenes and somebody asked me, "Is it waterproof?" I'm like, "Let's check. It's a prototype." And we were like putting barely covers there, but it was like, okay, we can't drown it. It's okay.
Surprisingly, when we received it back from you and we discovered a lot of water inside, we've been thinking why it's still working. It should stop, but it wasn't.
Uh-oh.
We thought that Adam had underwater shots. Just yeah.
No, we had this There's this amazing director, Matthaus Bussmann from Germany. Matthaus, if you're here, or any friends of you are here, I say hi to you. I miss your energy. You said, but once with Matthaus, the Cyclo was like, "Okay, Adam, can you go to the fountain because the actors are in the fountain and they're hitting the water on his sides on themselves." I'm like, I don't know, but I see him. He wants he wants those shots. I'm like, okay, Martin, we go to the fountain, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Yes, we go in the fountain. What about equipment? Let's test it, dude." It's like, let's go. So that could be the situation, I think. But yeah, but nothing happened. It's fine. It's like the meme with the
Yeah.
dog sitting in the room, everything is on fire, and it's like, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Great.
Okay. Now let me show a video with you, share with you another video that Adam told me he wouldn't be able to do without Cyclo One. Let me play the video, and Adam, tell us what is it about.
Oh my God, I love it. Mikołaj Syguda, Marcin Filipek, Velo Chocolate. That's the first time when we designed the chocolate machine. So the chocolate, it was just about the chocolate, you see. The chocolate was attached to the Cyclo, and I was just using the joystick as somebody would have the chocolate in their heads. So again, it was just like a small road out. Oh, here, flying chocolate shot. Me just running on the stairs, twisting, rolling the chocolate. Very cool. And then we have those shots with people just holding the chocolate, and here I was doing, when they were passing by, I was just controlling with the joystick to pass the chocolate in the angle. And
Okay,
I really enjoyed the shot.
Okay, and also I can see. Okay, another interesting question. What are the current options for controlling the roll wirelessly? For example, the DP wants to control roll from behind the monitor. Is there a phone app, or do you need wheels like inertia wheels or wireless joystick?
Well, I got the small controller for the S-Boost because Kuba, you have to help me here because I'm so
Yeah,
weak
so
with the specifics.
help.
I just want to get the equipment and to turn it on and to make it work. So I use the joystick on my handle, and I use the small controller that Kuba made me buy. Or yeah, you told me to buy it. So and you also program it for me. So I use just the small red joystick, and it's kind of enough. But I have also seen operators using the NODO wheels. But Kuba will tell you more.
Yeah, basically you can control Cyclo wirelessly by either drone style joysticks. So you use for that S-Bus protocol, and it's quite well known. It's supported by Futaba radios or Taranis. Currently, many options available. It's very convenient, very cheap, very easy to use for anyone who is not familiar actually with remote control of devices like that. And it's actually widely available. You can buy such controller really all over the world. The other option is actually NODO wheels, and it's done exactly the same way as drone style controller. You connect NODO wheels by S-Bus, and that's it. You have control over the Cyclo through NODO wheel. That's it. So you've got those two options. We do not have phone application. The reason of not having phone application to control Cyclo is that it's not that precise. The range of phone to Cyclo communication is not that big. So on set, when everybody is looking for efficient link between the radio and the transmitter, I believe those two solutions we provide currently are the most optimal and sufficient enough. And this is actually used by many operators already. I've seen that many times. We use that ourselves a few times with NODO wheels. It's just working really great, and thanks to actually help of Sasha Agendi, who helped us with NODO wheels. We managed to combine that and make it working really quite fast. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I hope this answers your question. And now let's get back to shots. I remember we had a discussion with Adam about shots he couldn't do before. Adam, what would be your top 3 list of shots that are most beneficial with Cyclo One? What do you think? What would they?
Oh,
Top 3, only top 3.
only 3? Come
let's
on, it's too hard. But most of the things is that before I was never able to look down with my 360 rig. It was just turning off, and if I was looking up, it was the same. So making top shots was always limited to something like here, because if you went over it and it locked itself, the moment I was going up, it was out of horizon. So it was just like driving me nuts every time. Like you want to give this shot to the DP, and you know that it will lock off and then it will not go back to the horizon. I was just like pissing me off so much. So this thing changed my life the most. The second thing is I was facing a lot of vibrations, especially when running or making side moves. I used to have like a wobbles or like a swirl, so the head was like not accelerating enough. So this was another pissing me off thing, because they want you to run. You know, you can run fast, but you cannot start with full power. You have to kind of de-accelerate yourself. So you start a little slower and then you start speeding up to hide all the problems. So and vibrations with long setups, with problems, with Jesus Christ. It's another. I think it's a nightmare for every Steadicam operator. I sometimes wake up in the night and I'm like, vibrations. And I'm like, okay, it's 2024, Adam, you have Cyclo. Go back to sleep. Say, okay. And also vibrations, this and transitions. When I was going from, I will not finish well with 3. You have to give me more. I'll talk about more extra options here. Not only 3, because these are so important. Like, but transitions from low to high, it's combined to the acceleration. I was going quick, fast, moves. It was just like woo, woo. It's like if I do it with my monitor, woo, woo, something like this. And I wanted to have this effect. So Cyclo gave me this calmness, no vibrations. It follows myself. I can run. I can do whatever I want. Takes all the cameras, because before I couldn't roll with Aricam LT with 120 Mac, and it was just like ooh, really cool. The infinite move, auto moves. It's like the coolest thing. I think the joystick, and it's funny that when Kuba told me like, Kuba, you were sitting there in the factory, and it's like, hey, you will forget about the auto moves, Adam, the moment you try the joystick. I'm like, what is he talking about? He's not right. And then I come on set, I'm like, okay, this is amazing. Like I can do the fact that you can give the how much you want to go when it stops and how much you want to give it on the other side. So it's like
limit angles.
Yeah. It's like I can call it, but it's like it just wants to run out from my mouth. The moment I was like, "What is this? It's beautiful," because you can do the same roll every time, and that's, and again, going back to we are quick, we do the same shots every time because the machine is doing this the same time for us. So the moment you follow, this is so beautiful. I'm following the machine, not like before the machine is trying to follow me. So now Cyclo is doing a job, and I'm like following it, because I also remember the moment I start using it, I was like still moving the old way. And suddenly was like, Adam, it was like Ben Kenobi showed up. He was like, Adam, give it a fire. Go on yourself. Like, do it the way you want to do it. I'm like, Ben, I can't. And then I was like, okay, I'll do it. It's like, what is going on here? It was like, no vibrations, no laughing. It's like, oh my God. Beautiful moments, Like the moment you open the door and you suddenly see like fuck, it's like so big here. Like I've never been here before. Like so many options to explore of movements and everything. It's like, yeah, and that's how you get on set, because you know what you have, what you can do with it. Oh, it's shooting it. What you can do with it, everything, and then it's just you know, just like coming on set, yeah, what do you want? Roll, going high, low, top shot. Oh, long lens, haha, no problem, no vibrations. Yeah, sure. We can. You want to roll the chocolate? Of course, you want to do the selfie shot. No problem. It's like putting a jar, putting product for it's like
I will.
it's now after 2 years. Like, what more can we do? It's like I think I stopped getting this excited about showing off because we're searching for more hard stuff to do with it. So
Yeah, I
Definitely.
remember. Yeah,
Go on.
just one more thing, which I think from me is worth to mention to anyone who's not familiar with Cyclo yet, is that our goal when creating this tool was to make it really easy to use. So you don't have to spend, Adam, please confirm if I'm wrong, but you don't have to spend time on tuning the rig. You actually put the camera inside, and probably the only thing you can tune when it comes to the weight of the camera is maybe motor's power, but nothing
no,
nothing
the
more interesting.
hardest tuning thing is that you have to turn it on, and that's it. That's the hardest part. This finger.
So you don't tune any stabilization. You don't tune like
No,
nothing that will allow you to get rid of vibrations. There are basically one common settings which makes this tool like very efficient with any camera you use. And it really doesn't matter if it's light package or a heavy package. It always provides exactly the same stabilization uh, quality and precision. So it was our goal, and I remember very well the first day of you trying the very first bulky prototype, which was like twice heavy as the final
Jesus,
product.
that was like the first
But you
World
were
War
you were
tank,
you
you
were
know.
you were running, and you wanted to see if the stabilization is good enough. And I remember how you were running behind one of our engineers in the company, and you couldn't believe that the stabilization is that good.
Good.
Like it's keeping the
Yeah,
horizon, right? So
Well,
I
for
I'm
was
really.
us,
like,
Uh-huh. Sorry.
for engineers, it was like, okay, probably we are going into the good direction.
exactly. No, I was like,
So I'm really glad you're mentioning stabilization, because our next video is to show you how good level of stabilization Cycle 1 delivers, and this is something we are super proud of. So let's have a look at this video. So long lenses, dynamic
oh,
shots. Yeah.
choo, that was optics, and that was the first time with optics. And again, somebody like make a quick pull out with a side move running. Before I was like, no, he's gonna be. It's like you start getting scared. Like they're gonna be vibrations, sir. It's like but with Cyclo, with the possibility, because that's what's also changing. All is like with long lenses, you can mount the camera from the top, so you have the bottom mount and the top mount. Do I have it here? No, I don't.
Okay.
So this gives like a super stabilization for super long lens that it doesn't flex or do anything. It just sits there, making the beautiful non-vibrational smooth move.
Okay, interesting comment about the stabilization from Nikita. James Frater was running on John Wick 4 also, and there was no shakes. Maybe the problem is that you really need to balance the camera with different roll system. What do you think about this, guys?
I want to see the shot if there is no wobbles, but again, you can stabilize some of the things, and different John Wick probably had a bigger budget than some of the commercials or feature films we do here in Poland. So then on the end of the day, you cannot rely on the post production or anything, but you
You
have to
have to deliver the shot they want.
you have to deliver the shot. So
Yeah.
I can send you Nikita to the music video początek męskie granie, and the moment I step off the crane there, you can see how the picture looks like when I'm running towards the actor. What's happening? Wobble, 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 wobble on the side. Tick, 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 tick. I know there was some upgrade with the software, but still, I had those problems, and they were always pain in the ass, and there was no shakes. Maybe the problem is that you really then need to balance the camera of different roll system. I don't understand. Right here. Początek, męskie. Granie. Boom. Yeah.
Okay.
This is what you can type in for.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. To see the footage, of course.
To see the footage, yeah.
All right, but Cyclo One wouldn't be itself without all the advanced feature available via the interface. And the last video, I hope, will tell you about a bit about a wealth of possibilities that it offers.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. That was really fun.
Okay.
To make the rolls with the beat, because there's a music, so it's like it goes with the music, so it's even better with the sound. But again, we could do, and this wasn't done with the joystick; it was done with the Automos. Press. So the moment I press it, was like going there and smoothly stopping. So that was
Okay. To anyone not familiar with auto moves, Adam, could you tell us a bit more about auto moves, how you use them, what they are about?
What's that? Well, auto moves is that everything that we can program the role, and Cyclo deliver us. It's mirrored, yeah. But Cyclo you can program 4 auto moves the way you want, the way which angles you want, with different speeds, different smoothness. So I had shots before in Germany that the DP wanted to start slow, but then when I get to the horizon point, he wanted to swirl very quick. And again, I was like, I cannot do it, sir. So that was another thing to think about when I was putting it on my list. How I would love to see something else that could do it. So this that way you can program 4 auto moves. So you start, for example, I do auto move first slow, then I press the auto move 2, I make it like super fast, 30 degrees or whatever I want, how many degrees, and then I tell the joystick to sit on button number 1 or button number 2, and if I want, I can add 2 more auto moves, so I can end up with 4 different roll sessions that I can call out however I want and whenever I want. So if they want me to start, for example, let's say 30 degrees, and then they want to push me and go on the horizon, I use 2 auto moves. 1 30 degrees, the way I'm gonna start the shot, how the DP and director wants. But the second auto move, I will do the same move, but opposite way. So this gives me a lot of speed of resetting my shots because with the previous machine, it was not possible. I was turning it off. I was losing all the settings, and usually, whenever somebody was waiting for me, is that I couldn't keep the settings in the app. So it was like frustrating because they want you to do the shot, but you have to change the batteries, and then when you change the batteries, so you turn off the machine, and it's just like, okay, let's screenshot the settings, and then it was like, hey guys, just a second, I have to reprogram it again, and then you still had the option to go right and left, which was cool. But here it's just, it's like get ready, boom.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for that, Adam. Kuba, would you like to add something when it comes to the technical features, the features that we offer within our touchscreen interface?
Well, you can adjust all the settings for the joystick, so you can choose what kind of expo for joystick you like. You can set your smoothness, which is also called ramp. You can set speed of the joystick. You can apply limits on the angles for the joystick. So basically, regarding the joystick, you can really set all the settings you wish when it comes to using it. It's not just rolling. It actually is rolling, but with this option to set all the little details and those very important things, how the joystick corresponds with your thumb control. I would say this is one of the greatest things. The other thing is that with the buttons we have on the joystick, yeah, Adam is showing you the joystick.
Oh, I got my joystick. You got your joystick. Ula, where is your joystick?
You can
Who has the joystick?
Those buttons.
I want my joystick.
I will bring you one soon. To those two buttons here, you can assign like one of 15 or 16 different functions. So it can be auto move start or stop. It can be level position, home position. It can be motors on and off. It can be joystick on and off. In case you don't want to, by accident, touch the joystick, you can turn it off by pressing one of the buttons, and many more. So basically, with the joystick module, that is really small piece of equipment that attaches to any handle, you can do really a lot of things, and you can set all those stuff through the touchscreen LCD that is available on the Cyclo here on the side, which Adam showed you a second ago. Yeah, and probably auto moves. We now extended with the software update the number of auto moves to 4, so we can program 4 independent auto moves for a really sophisticated type of shots. You can execute each of these auto moves one after the other thanks to the joystick. You don't have to press anything on the touch screen. You actually can do it through the joystick. And yeah, that's probably the other thing. I can't say anything else because all the best things Adam already said. So probably that's all what comes to my mind.
Okay, great. So, guys, you've covered many insights for our guests, and let me summarize them shortly. So, Cyclo One operator can switch between Steadicam and other applications fast. So you can go fast from Steadicam into dolly, slider, crane, whatever other rig you need. Cyclo One operator also can do very challenging shots that are difficult with other piece of gear. So can go high to low and low to high very fast. Can do look down shots or infinite roll. The footage Cyclo One operator gets is very organic, very smooth, and definitely not robotic. Finally, Cyclo One operator has its disposal many valuable features that you can just switch on in just a few clicks. So, for example, auto moves or level roll or joystick parameters, many joystick parameters. And using all these options allows you to simply fight for more Steadicam jobs because you have very competitive gear at your disposal.
To hear that.
Words like make really work us harder on Cyclo One and developing it. It's really,
yes, and the fact, like you say, Tula, that you're happy that there are operators you're using, and that you guys are actually changing it the way everybody is asking you, giving you feedback, and then you really applied those changes within, I don't know, weeks, not even months. So this is like crazy thing that it was talked in January or something about trying to distribute the weights or anything, and suddenly within 2 months you deliver, here's an upgrade, and it's like, what is going on here? Like it's just the way you guys work and the way you also take care of people, and the fact that you have this one unemployed guy in your workshop, the guy who's taking phone calls for the critical errors. I think you should fire him because you're just paying a guy just to sit there, not waiting for a phone call that never gonna ring. So yeah, you can save up money there. Fire him. Like nobody gonna call ever that this had any issue or anything, So
yeah.
Thanks for
Silence.
Thanks, Adam, for saying that. Actually, it gives our work like a bigger sense, because basically we are a small company, as you know, like 15 of us maybe here right now, and when we when we introduce any kind of gimbal into the market, we always think about the support that people who will buy our products will be looking for. And it was exactly the same with Cyclo. We knew that by bringing such a product on the market, we will have to cover support as well. And when I can hear from you that you find it good, professional, it's actually what we've been trying to do, what we are trying to do. We are trying to listen to you. We are trying to implement as many things as possible into the system. That's why there is a software upgrade already, like what, 2-3 months ago, and this mechanical upgrade to lower down the cycle. So this is part of our job here.
And with the software also, it's like some bugs came out that I didn't catch out during the testing process, which took us a year. And you did it. You did it. Hey, there's a problem. Hey, okay, there's no problem. Okay, wow, so fast. So.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay, so maybe now we will move on to our Q&A session. Let us have a look on the chat, and maybe we will go right from the beginning. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Because we already covered some of the questions from the chat, but there are some left out, so we can still have the look. Okay, a question from Kun Inta. What's the plan and future roadmap in terms of modular add-on additional access for the Cyclo? Kuba, I guess it's over to you.
Ula, can I share those details? You're our communication manager. No, just kidding. You know what? It was like a year ago when we introduced Cyclo to the market. It was done in an extremely fast design prototype process. It was like what, 10 to 12 months for the whole development. And honestly, we are like right now in a moment when we are gathering all the feedback from operators all over the world who are using Cyclo, and we are not so sure if add-ons like like second or third axis is so necessary for Cyclo users, because we are learning that actually with one axis, especially on Steadicam, you can do really a lot. You can do as much as systems that have two axes. So when it comes to I cannot answer this question right now, because there isn't a very certain and a clear plan of introducing another axis on the Cyclo right now. But it's true that we've been asked already by other operators if we plan to do that. So for now, no really plans. Definitely, if we're gonna be about to introduce something like that, we're gonna like let you know in advance, because it won't be like something that will appear tomorrow or in a week. It will take time, definitely. So maybe it's not the right the question you've been looking for, Kun, but we hear that not only from you. We know that maybe it's worth to try it and introduce like those add-ons, but nothing certain, nothing like precise or something we decided for yet.
Okay, thank you, Kuba. The next question. Can you use Cyclo One for broadcast or live work if the camera is tethered via SMPT fiber and with a G-zoom?
Adam,
yeah, because still you can take off the slip ring, and still you have a roll option, and then you can, like with other roll machines that they don't have slip rings, so they still can roll to up to 4 times, I think, until you twist the cable. So I've done some live TV shows before with the previous machine, which was not like that, and it was possible there. So it's double possible with Cyclo. And
I remember
you use maximum 3 or 4 rolls because of the guys who run the show. They're like, hey, stop rolling because everybody in front of the view will puke, or like, yeah, it's too much, and they usually get scared with the rolls. But the stabilization and the weight of it, and the fact that you take off the slip ring and then it weighs only 4 kilograms, and then you're everywhere, it's just music.
I remember one of the videos from probably last year when you were shooting with VR and the cable behind the Cyclo without the slip ring, I think, right?
Oh yeah, because whenever we do the virtual reality shots, there's always cables swinging behind, and it's actually easier than with classic Steadicam, because the moment your sled starts rotating a little because of the cable, Cyclo takes the advantage and it helps you deliver the beautiful shot. So
yeah.
Okay, I hope this answers your question. The next one: have you found a sweet spot for camera weight on the Cyclo?
sweet spot of the camera height?
Wait. Who asked this question? Because I maybe
Kurush.
Kurush, can you explain what you mean? Sweet spot for the camera weight on the Cyclo one.
Kurush, have you found a sweet spot for the camera weight on the Cyclo? Maybe he's asking about how to make it NODO. That would be, I think, that's how I would understand the sweet spot of the camera weight.
Can you answer that question in the way you understand it, Adam?
Yeah, you get the rising plates that comes with Cyclo. So I use one rising plate, which is, I would say, medium rising plate for all the ARRI cameras, and I use the big rising plate for Sony Venice, and that's pretty much it. That I just use 2 rising plates, which gives me the camera always just in the middle of the Cyclo, so I don't have to find to play with it. It's just there with 4 screws.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Now a question from Miles Shank. Have you found
USA
a good elevator pitch when selling production the idea of using Cyclo, like a brief statement to tell a busy producer or director via text or email?
Well, usually it's funny because the first contact is usually the producer or the production manager, and if it comes to an international job, they might not know me, or we might not work together before. They call me and they ask me like, hey Adam, this DOP wants you, and he wants I'll have to say it, he wants the Trinity. And I'm like, yeah, I'm available. And he's like, okay, amazing. And we just start talking about the dates and the deals, the rates, the flights, everything. But at the same time, when he tells me which DOP wants me, I call the DP and ask him, hey, amazing, we're gonna work together, because this is really, it's always exciting to just go abroad to do some international commercial, to get this fresh energy from the international crews. Nobody knows each other. It's very it's always amazing just to fly to job to make this film circus internationally with different languages, and to see those guys that we usually don't get to see for like a year or something until they call us for this job. And then we go through the shots, and going through the shots, I know I do all of them with my machine. So then I make the deal with the producer, and he goes back to me again. It's like, do you have the Trinity? I'm like, I just spoke to DOP and we are good. Like, I will deliver all the shots with my rig. And he's like, good job. And then I show up on set and I do all the shots they want. So talking about equipment production sometimes can scare them out from you. Even you have Cyclo and you can do everything with it that they want to do, because usually they want to go low to high and do the rolls, because this is all about it. But the name of the machine can scare them out. So if you don't bring out, like, if he would call me, he's like, hey Adam, we want you for this job, and I'm like, I don't have 3D, I have Cyclo. It was like, cut off, because he got a mission to get the Trinity, get this guy is available, he doesn't have Trinity, bye-bye.
Yeah.
But if you put the conversation to different, like push it away from the names, let's talk about the shot, let's talk about, what we can do, what we have to do, how can I do it for you, how can I deliver the shot, because I can do it, I can do everything. It just pushes it to the different level that they are never again scared of you, because it's not about the equipment, it's about the shots that the director and DP wants, and then it's like,
Yeah.
So usually when there's a service company, commercials in Poland, and we have different productions coming here to Poland shooting their commercials, and they give on the brief which equipment they are searching for. They might not know Cyclo still because it's a new equipment in the market, so they might not know what they want this machine, but they don't know there's Cyclo, for example. I tell the production managers, like, tell them we fit the brief, send me the shots, I go to the shots, okay, I can warranty you, I can do all the shots, and then just, again, we're not going to fight who has what, but we're going just through the shots, which is my 99% over the years accuracy. No, winning bits, I would say, like where I don't lose the job because of the name of the equipment I have. I had a problem once, maybe in Vilnius, that I couldn't go through the window this much. Like I could go some, but not that much. Like this shot that they want to go inside the car and go out. I was like, ugh! I'm like, oh no, what do we do? And then I was like, I pushed everything to maximum to the front. I pushed the camera inside, and it's like, the DP is like, yeah, can you go more? I'm like, no, this is maximum, but yeah, it's amazing from this position. And he's like saying things out loud. Oh, because you don't have this machine. And then the producers is like, what doesn't have? What doesn't he have? Like, you told me we have this. Like, hey, I got in some trouble, but we still managed to do the shot. But so yeah, what was the question? How fun? Good elevator pitch. Yeah, it's like Cyclo does it all. I always even put it on my invoice. New Cyclo, new to the market, in the same line with other stuff. Like, you want it? It's like you have to be like, this guy who swings on the air, like, hey, come over here, I'm here. You want to hire me because I have this. You never had it before. So it's like telling about the stories about the Cyclo, like how there was only one Cyclo against 50 of the other machines, and Cyclo won. Like, yeah, but it's just like, it has to be also, you have to be confident, like you have to be confident with talking about Cyclo. Like, what? My Cyclo, it does everything. It's like, okay, wow, yeah. Which lens? This heavy lens, this big zoom. You want to put this big zoom? No problem. Thanks God we have Cyclo, and you have to do it on set all the time. Just 5 feet. Some days ago, I was in commercial having the huge Optimo zoom, and Marcin, he comes to me, he's like, Adam, they want this huge zoom on Steadicam. I'm like, okay, why not? It's like, he's so heavy, and I'm like, let's put it on. Why not? But let's try. If we don't do it, we don't do it. But let's try. Let's not start shouting on set like, oh, we can do it. Oh no, oh no. So we put it in, it worked. Everybody was like, wow, wow, wow. And then when it worked, and there was so much drama about it, I was like just walking and whispering to people's ears, like, Cyclo. It's because Cyclo, because it was so long that the camera, it's because it slides in, it's not limited with the length of the camera. So you can put whatever you want here. You can put a piece of wood that's like 5 meters, and you can roll the wood if you want to start cutting it. If you have, I don't know, wood hobby or something, but it's also about telling people what it is, telling the advantages, and coming on set and being so happy. Oh my God, I'm so happy I have Cyclo on set with you guys. Like, it's like so cool. Like, hey, look at this, look this button. You want to touch this button, and you let to play with the joysticks. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, it's like,
You're amazing.
So,
yeah, you are.
Miles, you kill me with this question.
Okay, so let's get going. A question to Kuba. What's currently being worked on software, hardware parts on the Cyclo? and then to Adam's.
Regarding hardware, we just did lower down upgrade, and it took us a moment. We are also working on dedicated plates for different cameras to make it easier for you to find the proper height for nodal shots. Regarding hardware, I would say that's pretty much it. Yeah. Regarding software, we are actually adding few more nice features, which we will be releasing. I don't know when exactly, but in some time. I can tell you one of the features, which will be very nice, and it's actually about being able to program sequence of auto moves. So you can actually choose how auto moves should start one after the other. You will be able to set time, delays, like which auto moves when start. So for some crazy shots, that should be nice, I believe.
Take my money, I want it right now. Tomorrow, I want it. It's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of the features. And few more features I don't really remember. We do not have, I'm really honest, any bugs to fix, which I'm really happy about. So we are only working on. Sorry, no, there is one bug related to Wi-Fi connection, and a button that appears or does not appear properly when you do the upgrade of the software, but that's really small. So this is going to be solved as well with the next upgrade. That's it for now. Martin, I hope that answered your question.
Thank you.
And a question to Adam.
There is Adam's question. Okay, so front mount versus back mount with Cyclo. What's your experience on switching back and front?
It's mostly, I think, with me, it's about how I feel. How I feel like I wake up in the morning, you do the morning routine. It's like, I might work today with the back mount or with the front mount. It's also I use both of them. I switch them regularly just to make my body more relaxed in some parts of the body, because when there's a lot of work, constant work with overtime, I try to mix it. So with back mount, different parts of my muscles works like with the front mount, and also depends on the weather. If it's winter and I have lots of jackets, I like to use back mount because it's more comfortable. If it's summer, I don't want to sweat that much, I use the front mount. And now I'm also thinking about getting the exovest to even distribute it to another new level of the muscles that work. But it's also, if I have to be quick and fast, I use front mount. If it's tight, if I know I'm gonna stand for a long time, I use back mount because it gives me more support for the back. And it's just a matter of choice of the shot. Running shots, front mount. Standing shots, back mount. Going backward, front mount. Going forward, not that far, back mount, maybe front mount. It's like, so I always have two arms, G70 for front mount, GPI Pro for back mount. Also the GPI Pro with the two different socket blocks for front and back, because this comes with my morning routine. Also, as I feel like working with, today was G70 day, but tomorrow it might be, Titan Pro. So who knows? So it's like, the more toys we have, the more we have options, and I like to have options. So Cyclo, what's your experience? Yeah, so I think it's about it. It's just about the shot and the way I feel, and if I'm that tired or less tired, or I don't know.
Thanks,
Okay,
Adam.
Also, there is a question about balancing from Nikita. Let's have a look. If you have Cyclo head, you need to balance the sled to 0 drop time. And when you have to operate Cyclo in normal Steadicam high mode position, the moment your sled is losing horizon and Cyclo compensate the camera position to have horizon, the sled lose horizon even more. So you need to pull the sled back closer to horizon, and then that you can be noticeable on the frame. Any advices on dealing with that problem?
Yes, but if you balance it to be, you know, zero, so it doesn't have any drop time, you make it, I don't know,
Perfect
let's call it
balance.
the zero drop. Yeah. And if you balance your 360 head nodal also, then you don't have a problem. When you go classic Steadicam, it stays there, because that's the idea. You make it nodal in this axis and in this axis, so every place you put it in, it stays there.
Yeah.
So that's the way you don't fight with it, because if you balance it zero and it starts like going somewhere and you have to stop it, then there's a problem with your head, that something is wrong inside. You have to think like a planet on the orbit that is a planet, and your head is your orbit, so you may have to make it perfect. Or like how they balance the wheel on your car. Their search
Exactly.
was wrong and they just, you know, add weights or anything. So yeah, so I don't have this problem with Cyclo because it's always perfect.
Okay, thank you. And this gets us, I think, to the very last question I can see. Would it be possible in the future to have zero friction of the ring so that we can easily feel the camera balance in Cyclo?
When it comes to mechanics, the hardware side, no, we will not be able to do anything more than you can feel when the cyclo is turned off and not working. There is an idea, however, to add additional function in a software. I'm not promising that right now because I'm not sure if it's going to be possible yet. We are testing that. To make motors same loose as they are when the cyclo is turned off, when the cyclo is turned on. So that's more about the software feature we can add in the future. But as I said, it will not add less friction. It will actually be possible to have the same friction when the cyclo is turned on, comparing to the situation when the cyclo is turned off. That's it. The system is very rigid and it's very precise, and probably everybody who experienced cyclo stabilization precision knows that it wouldn't be possible if we are using like the belt which you can take off, and by taking it off you would lose synchronization between the motors and the encoder. So we cannot do that. So by having this great stabilization performance and rigidity, you need to accept the situation that the belt has to stay on. That's why the belt is covered with the plastic cover, and that's why it's there and cannot be taken off. And that's why you experience some friction. But maybe Adam can help me here if the friction is a problem, because for the very beginning, especially for those who are familiar with other rigs, it may be different. Once you get more and more experienced, I believe it's probably, it shouldn't be a problem. Actually, we are not hearing too much questions from operators who say, you know, the friction is an issue. So yeah, I know. Adam, can you help me a little?
Yeah, Steph, you have to just forget about taking off the belt, and then if you forget it, you get to the point where you learn the new way of balancing it, which is actually more precise and better. Because with the new way of balancing it, you start understanding it even more, how to distribute the masses on the camera. You pay attention to more, and you have a warranty always to have the camera nodal, because you start playing with the side to side, with the taking of the belt, and you lose this damn frictions. Like the with the previous machines, is just like taking the belt, trying to tighten up the belt. It's just, it caused a lot of issues with the wobble, with the vibrations, with leaving the horizon, with that thing. So I love it the way it is right now. That's, it's rigged. I'm not touching it, and the balancing really now is just minutes. And you know, camera builds, they're always the same. Sometimes they're different. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe some motors different, but but the Teradex weighs the same, the C Motions weighs the same. So the moment you get the idea, I was like, oh, I got this perfect balance with this setup, what I did, I was writing down the informations. Okay, RE Mini LF, Cook S7. I had the motor on the side, so I was putting 200 on the other side. Boom, perfect. I had two motors, no weight on the other side, just one higher. It's just like you get there, and then you just take the camera. 100 here, 100 there. Yeah, put it in. Yeah, it's fine. Hey, you want to check the balance, Adam? No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It's like it's ready. I don't have to do it because it's just in the camera like days before or something. So it's easier now. No thinking about. No. You don't want to do it. You want to forget it. Adin, let's do the hypnotize thing for everyone here. You forget. Yeah. So wait. I have a gadget for that. I've just opened second car. What? Oh, they say it was
Okay.
a fat. Hey, Steph, forget the bird.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
very
done.
good.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Miles is
thank
going
you.
to play with the wood. What's you saying, Miles?
Yeah.
Who's that? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I finished.
Thanks, Adam.
thank you.
There is one last question from Ricard regarding the price and the offer. Ricard, let me explain and reply to that argument maybe. So the situation on the market with the crisis, with the strikes and everything, actually hits all the industry, and we as a company, we are part of this industry. You as operators, you are part of this industry. We are part of this industry as a production equipment company. So it involves all of us. Uh, Within the year since we launched Cyclo to the market, happened something that nobody expected. So a year ago, when we introduced Cyclo to the market, it was like the market was hot. Everybody wanted Cyclo, and you were part of the pre-order campaign we ran that time. And now, after the year, we feel all, like we as a company, you as operators, and many others, those effects of the crisis, of the strikes. And when we were in LA for demo, when we were in New York for demo, we heard like a lot comments from different operators that it's really hard, that they cannot afford Cyclo. So what we as a production equipment company can do? We are actually able to lower down our prices because we want to sell, because we want to go in front of the problem and offer you at least better price if you cannot afford the equipment because of the crisis. So that's our politics. It's very simple. We are not huge company. We are like small company. This crisis affects us as well. And all we can do right now is to offer our equipment in such a special occasion, because this offer is valid just for 2 days. It's not valid. It's not like a offer that will be valid for like, I don't know how long, but just 2 days. That's why we make this promotion. And that's why you have on your email right now the offer for upgrade of the Cyclo, because we want to propose you also a special deal for upgrading Cyclo. Ula, are you with us?
I'm back. I'm back to the discussion.
No.
I'm back, but now Adam's out. Sir, we have some technical issues.
I think sorry for the technical issues. I think it's because of the storm that is hitting Poland.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah,
Yes. I lost the
it's the
connection
storm.
for a second. Sorry.
Hopefully, Ricard, you can hear what I said. So yeah, basically that's it. We are all in a little bit problematic situation when it comes to the crisis, strikes, and so on. Hopefully, it will get better soon for all of us. as we can see on Adam's example, actually you can still have quite a lot of work if you have good tools, if you know how to pitch them. And anyway, hopefully the situation will get better for all the market soon. But it's probably also anyway. That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
yeah, that's a wrap. Yes, thank you for all the comments, for all your feedback, and for being with us today. As this webinar shows, we are trying to be together with the Steadicam community, talking to people, exchanging experiences, and this is how we try to be as a company, as a part of this industry. Actually, this brings us to the end of today's webinar. I hope it lived up to the expectations of all of you. I'm very, very grateful for you showing up today. I want to express thank you to you, Adam.
There's one more question from Steph.
There is? Okay.
Yeah. There is one more question.
Go on.
Oh,
Go on.
Steph. So I have this the Cyclo always have the camera dovetail that I use for mini LF or 35 or whatever, and I just slide out the camera. I have two rigs, so one is without the volt, and the second sled is with the volt. So I use it for classic operating, and both of the sleds have monitor brackets. I just slide out the camera and put it on my other sled. Or if I want to go classic Steadicam, I just slide out the camera from the Cyclo, take off the Cyclo, and click it on the sled. And I still use the monitor bracket that is delivered with the Cyclo, because you can lock it so it stays like with the classic monitor, so it doesn't start following, but you can lock it in the one position, so you can operate like classic Steadicam.
Okay.
That's the answer.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you.
So then, well, that's a wrap, I think. So again, thank you all for being
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Adam,
you to all of you.
for sharing your experience as a user, as a Cyclo One operator. It's great for having you here. And I really hope that you found this session informative and inspiring. That was our goal. That was that was our idea. And stay tuned for future webinars and events. And hear you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time.
Just a second. Asim is about to ask one question. One more question.
Then let's
Asim,
go.
let's go.
Okay. Then let's wait a second. Sure.
Adam, it's raining, right?
Yeah, it's raining. It just stopped. That's the moment it started raining, I lost the internet. That's why it was like out.
Yeah, it's raining in Lublin as well. It started to rain.
Yeah.
So, Asen, come on with the question, because I have to go back to the shoot.
Okay, so I have this idea.
Yeah.
I have
the problem.
Why don't you write a question and we will just get
Powiedz, że tak, że za 30 minut będziemy.
in communication, okay?
Awesome. Adam has to go back to the set.
Yes,
please.
Okay, you can write to me. Super. Full on power. Yeah, Cyclo Legion. no, but we are going back on set now.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you for organizing it, guys. It's really
Stay safe. Stay good. Bye.
It's warm here after all this chats. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Bye.
I love Cyclo even more. It's like a therapy with my machine. Hey, you're amazing. Like I tell you, like I can't wait to start using it again.
Oh.
Yeah. Super.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Do I also? Can I go off now? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Super. Woohoo! Let's go. Bye.
Bye.